All right, Pisces, so use your time well, make every moment count, and then all that glitters. Now, you would think that looking at use your time well, that it would be saying to make the most of every moment, but it's not. It's very specifically about people who are wasting your time. They want you to make them feel important and cared about, but they are not willing to do the same for you. But the reason why you may be wasting your time with somebody who, really is only interested in themselves is because of all that glitters. They're dressing themselves up to look better than what they actually are. But I think that it's interesting because it's playing in with what you pulled from the dark mirror. But very simply, stop wasting your time with people who are not what they appear to be, because they are not all that great. And I think that that is what's going to be shown to you, right? But clearly you've been wasting your time with some people who don't really care about you at all. And I hate putting it that way, but that's basically what that comes down to. Now, the dark mirror. Hiding your true self. The moon phase here is the third quarter, and the stage is acceptance. So this is good. This is one of the better ones here because you're at a place of accepting everything that you've experienced, and it opens the door to healing. So you don't have to go through, all the stages of depression. We're at the end here. But it says hiding is keeping things inside. Lack of trust becomes lack of hope. So there must be a limit. This card basically talks about how you've been hiding your true self because there's the fear of not being accepted by others. The problem is that if you are hiding your true self, it would make sense that what you're attracting in your life are people who do the same thing. But you shouldn't be, in this place where you can't even accept who you are. So this is really about you being authentic to who you truly are, right? And I know I've said this before, and it seems to be a big thing here. People, I think, are starting to realize that you need to be comfortable with yourself before you can expect other people to be comfortable with you. But the thing is you got to stop attracting people who are not on your level, and stop looking at who you really are as a bad thing and hiding it for the benefit of people who don't give a shit. I mean, seriously, that's basically what that's coming down to. Now, for you, absolutely, it's going to be about, getting control over your emotions, right? That's kind of why I look at it as Cancer, because of the Chariot, right? But with the King of Cups being the overall, we could definitely be talking about a person that you're dealing with. Male, female, another water sign, doesn't matter to me. The King of Cups, though, is different. He's different than the Queen, where she is more apt to get emotionally invested and involved in other people's issues. He is normally shown on an island by himself, having to deal with his own emotions, but then also having enough wisdom to know not to get overly invested in other people. It's interesting. In the past, the Knight of Cups. Okay. So, and we'll see here how this is playing out, but the Knight of Cups is the past coming through, and who else had this? I think it was Aquarius, wasn't it? Jesus, you'd think I would remember. But anyway, you're talking about somebody coming through who is making an offer here. And with the cups going on, it's definitely going to be about an emotional connection. But like I always say with the Knight of Cups, it's about actions and somebody following through on those actions, right? But this could absolutely be about you and you making an offer to have a connection with a person. In the present, the Hierophant. Okay, so commitment comes up with the Hierophant. Doing things in the traditional way, right? Traditional values, higher spiritual understanding, but I have to see how that's connected here, because you could definitely be saying that, this could be about a marriage, rekindling something within a marriage after somebody gets control over their emotions. That could be you or the other person. Or we're talking about somebody who is committed. It just depends on what the Hierophant is connected to here. Oh, hey, not bad. Not bad, Pisces. Okay, so the Nine of Cups and future conditions, and that's great. Emotional fulfillment and abundance. Feeling like you have what you want. And being happy with the things that you have, which is great. It's perfect. This could really be a situation here where, there's an emotional offer made, whether it's by you or another person here. But it's only based on somebody getting control over their emotions. Like I said, whether that's you or another person here. But if commitment is what you are focused on in the present moment, the Nine of Cups would suggest that that's exactly what you're getting. That, or you're just sticking to it. And like I said, with the Knight of Cups here, there's like more romance coming in, right? Into a romantic relationship for sure. Now, if we're talking about work, though, which I doubt with all the cups coming through, this would be, making a big commitment here and getting exactly what you want. The King of Cups could suggest somebody who's really supportive and brought this offer to you. Okay, your best path to follow, the Six of Swords. There's some shit you're going to have to leave in the past. I don't look at this as moving completely on from something. It's just the conflict in particular, right? So with the Six of Swords, this is about the difficulties that you've been facing possibly within a commitment that need to be moved on from. But again, it's only based on whether or not somebody is being caring, loving, supporting, and getting control of the way they feel. Or I should say control over their emotional responses to their feelings. Interesting. In your environment, the world, hey, all of this looks really good, Pisces. All of it looks really good. Now, for some of you, you may be coming from a different place emotionally with that King of Cups. And it's not necessarily that, you're wanting to take a distance from anything. But like, say for instance, those of you who are wanting to follow your heart here and do what you want in terms of, offering a connection, looking at the Hierophant and looking at the world, if this, and it does, that's the thing though, it goes well. It goes very well with the Nine of Cups. I think what the world is saying here is that this is going to be a big, huge chapter in your life that's going to come to a close where you're not the Knight of Cups anymore. Trying to figure out how to make a connection or, who you're offering your attention, your love to and all that, right? Now, and again, going back to like other situations here besides that, this is saying that a really big commitment, a big, like, comfortable, secure, traditional commitment here is going to bring a completion that you needed and make you feel successful. And with the Nine of Cups, you're getting what you want. You're getting what you want. But there still needs to be movement away from conflict of the past, I think. Looking at that Six of Swords. So for you, it really is moving into a more calmer emotional state, big time. Wow. Look at that shit, Pisces. Yay. The sun. Every time the sun shows up, I always feel like you're good. You're good. Everything's good. You'll be fine. Hopes and fears. This is, you being revitalized, rejuvenated, right? Feeling new life again being breathed back into you, but seeing everything clearly though, But as far as I don't see a fear with this. I don't see a fear at all. There's no reason to be drained. And I think that the hope here is that the sun continues to shine on everything. And all of it looks really good. All of it looks really good. Now, for some of you, it could be that with the Hierophant in the world, there could be, a really big completion in your life in terms of a commitment that you have made so that you can now make a different one here that's going to bring you what you want. And again, love or work here. And that may be why we're looking at the Six of Swords. But it's all about a new life. And then the Two of Swords, damn, man. So yeah, there had to be a really difficult choice being made here. And speaking about wasting your time with people, I wonder what, I look at that and I wonder if that's what that's about. And you guys are going to have to let me know here. So your overall is the King of Cups here. And I think that this is separate from the King of Wands. And I think that if you've dealt with the King of Wands in the past, I think that the Knight of Cups may have not have been such a good thing. But the thing is that there's still an ability for you to kind of follow your heart when it comes to something else or someone else. So I still see it as a good thing, but a bad thing connected to the King of Wands here. And you needing to find the strength to not accept something from somebody who cannot follow through. That's coming to an end with the world in a really good way for you, that opens you up into getting what you want, and what you want may be coming in the form of somebody different, somebody new. That, or we're just talking about you and emotional well-being. No longer, just kind of like doing whatever you feel like and not being able to commit to anything, but gaining some wisdom here and finding the strength not to get involved in situations like that, with people like that, whatever. But everything is really good around you. But that, the conflict of the past, right? And this like closure, this ending that's happening. And then you have the Emperor. The Emperor and the Hierophant together is never a good thing for me. Because you're talking about very strict. You're talking about the controlling factor, right? Who has control? Who is in control? But it's all about you having control now with that King of Cups, whether we're talking about another person or not. But with the Hierophant, right, that commitment is coming to an end in a really good way, where there's no longer that controlling factor, but rather you getting control. But, it's all about whether or not you have the strength to stay away from the things that you may want, but not bring you the kind of happiness and joy that you deserve. But I think that what you want is coming from somewhere else. And then the Two of Swords, right? It's a difficult choice. I have to make this really hard choice here to find the strength to say no to possibly a person from the past here that may be trying to make a connection, and make the choice here to take control and accept something different that's going to bring you happiness and what you want somewhere else. Yeah, wow, man, it's interesting. But, again, wasting your time, right? Wasting your time. But look at this King of Cups, and if this is you, what you want and how to get to what you want is going to be by you finding the strength here to say no to the things that have had control over you before. But it's coming to an end, big time. Wow, man, you guys are going to have to let me know on that one. That one's interesting. And then Inner Voice. So freedom is going to bring you some new inspiration here, but you're going to have to pay attention to what your inner voice is telling you. And I think that you are, especially with Strength coming out. But I feel something new with the Sun, a new life. Now, absolutely could be just that, an old life is coming to an end with somebody who couldn't follow through, or that could even have been you. Right? But I don't know. I feel like an outside person, and I feel like a different one. And I also feel like this different one is eventually going to lead you to what you want. But again, you have to make the choice here to find the strength to say no to the things that you've already experienced in the past, the things that have had that kind of control over you, And consider your foundation. You're being asked to look at how committed you are. Oh yeah, consider your foundation. So that to me is always saying that, you may want something from somebody else, but that foundation may not be, long lasting, right? So if you're not going to commit, chances are that they're not going to commit either, right? Now, for some of you, be supportive though in looking at consider your foundation. I think that this is you needing to be supportive too. Possibly getting what you want from a different person. I'm telling you, right? But some of you may be so hooked on a situation from the past that, you don't even see it, right? Because I look at Strength and the Two of Swords and you're not really looking. But this could be the end here, the end of having to deal with somebody who can't follow through, right? But also, be supportive to yourself. Support yourself and consider, what you commit yourself to, especially with the Hierophant being there. And you coming to this major chapter closing in your life where this commitment is changing or coming to an end, or there may be a better commitment. But look at where you've placed your commitments before you choose to do it again, right? But I still like it, Pisces. There's something about this that feels really good to me. There is something new coming. There is a new life. And there may be someone that may be bringing you exactly what you need. You just need to make the choice to cut out the bullshit from the past.